Man, I'm doing my 2.5 mile walk again tonight, just like I did in the last vlog. Yo. And you know what? I looked at myself recently, and I didn't see any difference, but my wife, she's telling me that I am thinning out a little bit. You know, things are starting to look good now. And I'm like, wow. Because I didn't realize how big I gotten until I saw that picture of myself during that fatty video. And I'm like, man, I gotten big, you know? And the thing is, I guess it's like that for a lot of fat people, people who are overweight, is that they don't really notice themselves that they're getting big. I mean, it's like you kind of ignore it. And it's not really on purpose. I mean, okay, people think, you know, people who are skinny, you know, who are easily able to maintain their weight, or people who have the motivation to keep it off, you know, because they exercise, they run, they do a lot of stuff, you know, they or to eat the right things. You know, they're a person who loves food and who's addicted to food like I am. I am addicted to food. I have to admit to that. Food is delicious, and it's not just that, because food is delicious to even skinny people. Food is like an addiction. It's like a drug. And there's a show on TV called The Shopping Addiction or Shopping Addicts or something like that. It's on Oxygen TV. Shopping is a drug to them. So there's different things that different people are addicted to, and I think everybody has some form of addiction. There are people who are addicted to the gym, and that's all they do on their spare time is lift weights, exercise, and they push their bodies to the limit. And those are the kind of people that fat people envy, because we wish that we could do that, but we don't have any type of motivation to wanting to get out there and do something about our fat. That's why I'm happy that we did get rid of the car when the car just simply did not work anymore, because now it's forcing me to get off my ass and walk. And I'm walking a lot now. And even though I'm not running, I'm not lifting weights, I'm not running a treadmill or doing the stair climber, which would, you know, be quicker if I did that. I am forcing myself to walk these long distances. And, okay, I got to go to the store. I got to do this. I got to do that. Well, to get there now, instead of getting into a car, which is very easy to do, I can just walk. Another good thing is that I am nowhere near, well, the car-to-go area is far. It's like probably like 3 or 4 miles from here. So we're at the border of the car-to-go area. So that forces me not to use car-to-go either, which will be quite expensive if I use it often. So that's a good thing too. So that saves me money. Let me get myself together so I can hold this phone up. Because people complain that they don't hear me very well when I talk to myself like this. And you can't really hear me that well that way, but you can hear me better this way. Until I get a phone that has better sound quality, this is what we're going to have to live with so far. But you know, it's hard for a person who is not motivated to do anything. You can take the skinniest person in the world, but if they're not motivated to do anything, they're not going to do anything in life. It takes motivation. Then you have a person next to them who has all the motivation in the world to be CEO of a company and all that stuff. And you look at Steve Ballmer, and he's the CEO of Microsoft. You know, look at Wozniak. He's now sitting on his ass on a yacht, chilling from all the money he made when he was working at Apple. Now, keep in mind, he's not doing anything now, but he was motivated back then when he was a hippie. trying to build Apple. And look at where Apple's at now. Yes, Apple has fallen a few times, and Steve Jobs brought it back up after he came back to Apple. But the fact is, Wozniak did put in his time. And look at where the company's at now. He's making hand over foot, just sit on his ass because he's already put in his time. The thing is that motivation is what gets you there. It's not all about being skinny. It's not all about being successful. It's about everything. It's a balance of everything. And to have a balance of every single thing, it takes a lot of motivation for each of those things. Okay? And so this is motivating me because I have to get to the store. I have to walk to get to the bus stop. I have to walk to get to the train stop. I have to walk to get to work. Everywhere I go, I have to walk. And all this walking, even though it's just walking, I am slowly, and even other people have told me, so, you're losing a little bit of weight. And it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. But the fact is, I am losing a little bit of weight because I am walking more. Now, it's not good for my ankle. I swear my ankle is probably getting worse. So that's the only caveat to that. My ankle was getting better when I was driving. Okay, and even when I had the car and I decided to take the bus to work and the train and leave the car at home, that didn't help. Only when I drove because I was off my foot more. So that all this walking is not helping my ankle at all, and my sprained ankle has not gotten better. Even though I wear the brace every day, and if I don't wear the brace, it gets even worse. So the brace is pretty much holding it together as best as it can, basically. But the fact is, there's caveats to everything, and people need to realize that when a person is not that car was gunning right for me. So I was like, fuck, I'm getting out the way. Okay. So anyway, so it takes motivation to wanting to eat the right things. It takes motivation in order to, stay healthy, to be exercising or to go for walks. I mean, if you're not into running, go for a nice long walk. Just like I'm doing now. I already did 2 miles probably, and I don't have the exact mileage, but I think I did over 2 miles, and I'm headed back home right now, and probably by the time I'm done, it'll be like 3.5 miles, probably 3, shy over 3, and strong over 3 actually. So it's a good thing that I'm doing this, and it's good for me. It's good for me and my health, and it's good for my wife, who don't have to worry about me when it comes to, my health is concerned. The last time I did this was on election day, and that vlog is halfway done. I'm going to try to finish it tonight, so you haven't seen that vlog yet as of this particular recording. Maybe tomorrow morning, if I get it done tonight and render it, and all that stuff, I'll be able to upload it, and you'll be able to see that vlog probably tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night. So let's just cross our fingers, and I'm crossing my fingers so that it gets done, because the problems we're having with the rendering, it errors out like halfway or 3/4 of the way in, and after 5 hours of rendering, then it just stops. It's just like, really? And you hit, it's like you don't see any progress for several minutes. It doesn't give you any indication that it's doing something, so you're like, fuck it. Let me just go ahead and cancel it and start it over again. And this is why my vlogs have been a little bit late. The Wi-Fi here is not as good as, of course, our own internet connection. So uploading a video takes a lot longer than it did when I was at home. So that's another thing too. It's like, wow, okay, 6 hours to upload a 15-minute video. Yeah, you know. So that's the other thing, you know. But you know what I'm happy about is life. I'm alive. I got a job. I eat every single day. I have a pack of cigarettes with me all the time, and I'm married to a beautiful woman. I have a place to stay. It's warm, clean. It's cool when it's hot, and you know, I'm able to take a shower every day. You know, when I was homeless last year, taking a shower was like an event, like once every 2 weeks or something like that. And imagine going 2 weeks without a shower. That is not cool. Imagine going 2 weeks, you know, without washing your clothes. And some people, you know, you wash your clothes once a week, right? Well, when you're living inside of a car or out of your storage room, most of your stuff is packed up pretty tightly. You only have a few clothes that you can exchange out. So you may wear the same clothes for 3 or 4 days. Exchange, then you change it out, and then every 2 weeks or so, I took my army bag, packed it, and took it down to the laundromat to wash it. And that was a big deal because the bag was heavy as hell, okay? You know. And so, you know, there were some interesting things that came out of the homelessness that my wife and I went through. We learned a lot. It was definitely an experience that, you know, we can definitely talk about for many years to come. And we definitely don't want to go back there again. But it was definitely an experience. And something that maybe we'll talk. There's a truck turning. Something that we may talk about more in depth later on in the future as things settle down here where we're at now. But my wife's got a great project that she started, and it's called Phoenix-Rises.com. That's Phoenix-Rises.com. And the name of the website is Reinventing Serenity. And basically, she is going to reinvent her life. She reevaluated her life. She wants to reinvent it and make it better for herself. Just like sHiZ is for me. sHiZ is the reinvention. It's like a rebranding of myself. For years, I mean, I'd say since the beginning of the internet, well, internet to the public, 1995, I've always used Labinex as my username. I've always used Labinex just as a name period for just about anything I had since I was a child. But it's about time to make that change. And even though I still use Labinex on a lot of different things, like my Flickr account, which I've had since the beginning of Flickr, Labinex is still around in a lot of different venues that I use, or a lot of different things, sites. sHiZ is my new brand. And since sHiZ is not available on many different public networks, sHiZ is my new brand. And sHiZ.us, and I also have sHiZ.com, is my new website. And it's my daily vlog. As time goes on, I'll be able to do a lot more with my vlog, but I'm happy that I'm able to do some things right now as we speak. Yay, extended stay. I'm happy that I'm able to do certain things. You know, hey, you know, I'm using what I have to do what it takes, and I'm happy about that. A lot of people have made complaints about the audio quality of this microphone that's attached to this phone. Well, I mean, there's something I can do about it at this time. But it's going to improve over time. Over time, things will start to look better, sound better. I'll be able to do more things. But for now, I'm happy with what I got. Video pad, video editor, Hawaii Ascend 2, camera phone, and stuff like that. I mean, it works, right? All right, I'm near my room, so I'm checking out for tonight. 15-minute, 16-minute recording. So, peace.